Welcome back, everybody. Wednesday morning show rolls on. A week from today, the focus of at least our sports world will be out in Eugene, Oregon for the opening day of the NCAA Track Championships. Tracktown USA will once again get the NCAAs. Once again, North Dakota State will be represented out there by our next guest from Thompson, North Dakota. Now they get a spot in the NCAA Track Championships. That's pretty cool. Sam Roller joins us in an event that I'm always fascinated to watch. The javelin, he qualified last week out of College Station in the West Regional, and he'll be throwing a week from tonight. It's great to see you, bud. Thanks so much for the time. All right, when I say that, a week from tonight, you're on the big stage. What goes through your mind when I say that?
I guess just kind of really being grateful. I think, coming into college as a freshman, this is something everybody always dreams of, especially the way that NDSU does it. They hang banners at the track and everybody just kind of looks at it. And so it's kind of just a goal that I think for most people, especially me, was just kind of way in the back of my mind, didn't really consider to be a reality at sometimes. And then now that I'm actually here, it's just kind of trying to take it all in.
So you uncorked your best throw last week. Oh, I think was it your last throw as well?
Yeah, it was my last throw.
So tell me about saving your best for last, knowing you got just a little bit left in the tank to try and qualify.
Yeah, I came in and had a decent practice on Tuesday, just kind of got loose and then warmed up, felt okay. Uh, didn't feel like anything great was happening in warm-ups, but I felt like I was ready to throw, and then I took my first throw and I wasn't very happy with it, and then my second one was kind of just a throwaway. And so at that point I was just I kind of stood on the track on that third throw, and I kind of thought it over as like this could be my last throw very well as an NDSU Bison. And so I was just decided I was going to give it everything I had. And luckily I had some teammates there and I get a good clap going for it. And I think it gave me the juice I needed to pop one out there and, hit a PR. So happy with what happened.
All right, so when it's out of your hands, do you know, like a baseball player knows when they hit it, do you know
hmm
right when you release it, okay, this could be a good one?
I think so. Yeah. Cause it all normally has to do with how it starts flying. Obviously, the javelin is a big stick, so if it starts flying off to the side a little bit or it goes up in the air too much, uh, you kind of expect it not to go very far. But on that last one, I definitely hit it straight through the tip, and it didn't like come out with, I would say, any more power than normal, but I could tell that it was just going to keep flying straight.
Mm.
And yeah, I just kept watching it, kept going, and it was a good feeling.
So you see it keep going, you're like, all right, keep, it's like, hey, go as far as you can. Like, how do you handle that when after you release it?
Definitely, yeah. You just kind of hope that it stays up. You kind of time it out in your head for how long it stays in the air. And then luckily at some of these bigger meets, they have lines out there painted for the
Yep.
distances. And so I saw the 70-meter line. That's right where I threw it. And I thought it was a little short right away. So I was like, okay, that might be around what my old PR was. And that I knew had a good chance to get in past years. And so it landed out there and I was pretty excited. And then it came up on the big board and then saw PR and it just made everything even better.
That emotion, Sam, knowing you're going to keep going, your career is going to keep going, you're going to get where you wanted to go. Describe that.
hmm Kind of, yeah, I don't know. It was actually kind of not normal situation, I'd say for me. I think my plan had been to come back next year up until May.
Mm.
And then I actually got into med school. And so that changed. And then I decided that, yeah, this will be my last year. And so I was kind of just trying to take every moment as it came and as, not really be disappointed with anything that happened no matter what, but I definitely, wanted to get here and I think just keeping things alive is just a way, I guess, that I'm holding on to this time as a bison, but no, I'm definitely just very, very overwhelmed. Sometimes I don't even know what to say about it. So
This is quite the month for you, man. You found out you're making med school and going to the NCAA track. I mean, just can you wrap your brain around that? What the last
not,
30 days have been like?
yeah, not really. I mean, I think about it and I'm trying not to think too much ahead of myself. I know that I've just got a lot on my plate no matter what, and so I'm trying to take every day as it comes and just get through it.
It's interesting, Sam, you bring that up because, we talk with other athletes about weighing, about coming back for another year. Well, I want to play some more, or
Hmm.
I have left unfinished business. Did you have that mentality before finding out med school was a possibility, a reality?
Yeah, I guess I kind of knew based on how this year had started. Um, I had like a few good practices and I had a good meet early in the year where I hit a big PR, and I was kind of like, okay, the way that things are trending, this year, even if I don't make it, I know that I have a really good chance next year. And so I think that I've just kind of just we just kind of made things happen as they go, and
Mm.
yeah, it's still a crazy feeling.
So, for the competitors you're going to face next week, are these guys you know well, guys you faced off against? Does that help in terms of what to prepare for next week?
Funny enough, I don't know how often I have actually competed against a lot of these guys
Um,
because a lot of the meets obviously we go to, being one of the smaller Division 1 schools, because of all track is all together. We kind of compete against similar sized schools. We go to a couple big meets, but there's not a lot of names that I remember. But funny enough, a lot of these people like are now social media content makers for like javelin and stuff like that. So some of them are people like I've just been seeing scrolling through Instagram or something like that, and then knowing that, yeah, I'll be thrown against them. It's kind of a cool thing to see.
all right, so 231 feet was what you got for
Hmm.
last week. What do you think you need to be All American, top eight? What's it going to take to get there on the podium?
Ooh, I'm not sure exactly how far. I think it fluctuates in most years, but I know that we had a guy throw, I think like maybe 73, 74. So that would be what, another 10 feet. So I don't know if I get out to 240 maybe, but that might be a big stretch for me. But we're hoping.
Just to get there is an accomplishment in itself. And I know you're out there, you want to win it, you want to finish as high as you can. Is that something you'll appreciate after it's done, that I did this? This was there's only the rare few that can make it to Oregon, that you're part of that group.
Yeah, definitely. I think part of me is already just appreciating the opportunity. And I think that also helps take a lot of the nerves out of it, is going in, without too much expectation, but just being grateful for the opportunity that I've been given. Uh, but definitely I want to do as best I can, place as high as I can. And so I think that, and especially afterwards, even, a few days, few months, even a few years, I think I'll always be able to look back and just appreciate the time that I've had here and those opportunities that I've had.
How about for a Class B? And I know Jacob Rodin from Kenmare was out running at the NCAAs
Hmm.
a couple years ago, your former teammate. Now Thompson is going to be represented out there. What's that mean to you personally to have another Class B school at the NCAA
Yeah,
championships?
I think, you know, it's quite a humbling feeling, honestly, coming from, these small towns. And I know coming to here, I've got a lot of also North Dakota kids, but normally they're like Class A kid teammates, and they always would make jokes about like picking out on the Class B kids or everything like that. And I think that, it's kind of good to see, even for maybe the few people that will realize that, like, Class B in North Dakota is sometimes just kind of looked at as, you do the sport and you're done, but like there is opportunity out there. And a lot of times, these kids might not have the same opportunities, the same facilities, the same type of stuff that these Class A schools, but there's still lots of room to develop after, if they really want to go for it. Like coming out of high school, I threw 177, I think. And so now I've put nearly
Holy
60
cow.
feet on my PR. Like, so it's definitely an opportunity that is there for people if they want to chase it.
Bison blood has been with you forever. Obviously, your grandpa and your dad played football at NDSU. Was this a no-brainer when the Bison were interested in you in track?
Uh, I think so. Yeah. I think I tried to tell myself a lot more often that like I still had options, but I think there was this bug in my head that kind of knew that I was destined to come here. Yeah, I think I remember being a little kid and always going to Bison football games or cheering on the Bison no matter what. like part of me always wanted to be here. And then, just getting that opportunity to compete as an athlete was something I couldn't really pass up. So
You were
very special opportunity.
So you're part of that 2019 Thompson Class B basketball team, correct? That won the
Yeah.
state championship. So you're going to be remembered forever because of that. What is that? I mean, do you still get asked about that now?
Uh, I haven't been asked about it in a while, I guess, but it's definitely something I talk about with some hometown people. But no, that was really special, yeah, because obviously it was the first time we'd ever even
Right.
gone to state, and then, winning that, and obviously I was just a sophomore on the team. I didn't play very much, but I think that just being there and experiencing that for not only the team but for like the town was really special as well.
I asked you this when we visited before you went down to College Station that I think it's 13 or 14 years in a row the Bison have won the javelin at the Summit League Championship.
Yep.
Did you feel some pressure to keep that streak alive in Vermillion a couple weeks ago?
I think so. It's something that we kind of joke and talk about at practice coming up to conference, is just that, we've got this streak over our head. We don't want to lose it. And so I think, I came in seated a little bit higher than everybody, but I definitely I definitely wanted to get it, especially on the team side of things. Getting those 10 points
Yeah.
is always very special. And we couldn't quite pull it off, but I know that it was since Javelin's the first day, for conference, it's kind of a momentum booster, and to be able to, go out there and even like throw a big throw in PR and give kind of the rest of our teammates some juice for the rest of the weekend is really a special thing.
So after you throw Wednesday, can you stay out there for a bit? Or does real life start right away after competition is wrapped?
Um, I think the plan is, so I throw Wednesday and the plan is to come back on Friday. So on Thursday, I think we're gonna try to find some stuff to do. We had talked about going out to the coast, and
Nice.
we'll weigh our options. But yeah, we'll definitely get a little sightseeing in or something like that on Thursday.
Well, it's awesome to get a chance to chat again. Congratulations on qualifying. Good luck next week out in Oregon, okay?
Hey, thank you very much.
Great to see you, bud. There he goes, Sam Roller from
You
Thompson,
too.
North Dakota. He'll be competing a week from tonight in Tracktown, USA at the NCAA Championships in the javelin. We'll get you all updated on that as we get closer to it. But he's the lone representative for the Bison this year, which is odd. Normally, NDSU has at least a couple that make it, but they got the streak continued with Sam going out there. UND has a couple. You met Jaden Keeler last week. She qualified in the 10,000. Kenna Curry is going out as well in one of the throwing events for UND. So hopefully we'll get a chance to visit with one of them as we get closer to it. But congratulations to Sam. That event, something about it, man. I love watching it. It's bizarre, but I love it. Congratulations to him on heading out to Eugene. We'll take our last break. We come back. We'll wrap things up and get you ready. Got a great Sports Wednesday on tap. We'll get you ready for that when Hot Mike wraps right after this.